So if you look at all of these ones that we looked at, they all had a strong recruitment device. So obviously we had the right ads and the right platform, but we had a recruitment. So the equivalent might be, what is the starter pack? What is the new customer deal, the pack, the multi-buy, the system? And we really pushed that and identified what that was. That was the key, because without that, sometimes you just can't scale because you're throwing ads and you're putting all your products in your feed and it just doesn't work. So it was understanding what the new customer recruitment journey was, what the product was, what the offer architecture was, what the time element, and that's in obviously the program. The second point of it was, and they all have, compounding business all have this in common, that if you don't get the second sale quickly, you're buggered. The whole business model falls apart. It just doesn't work because you're recruiting in some of these very, very, very close to break even, if not under. So if the second sale doesn't come, it doesn't work. If the second sale doesn't come, the third doesn't come, and that's an obvious one. The second sale is essentially saying you don't have any repeat. So if you have no repeat and you are recruiting at break even, you have no business. So that second point of it, and that's why I use a second sale as a key thing for the compounders, because if the chances of them buying a second time dramatically falls off a cliff if you don't hit them at the sweet spot. So understanding when they buy naturally is when you hit them.
Yeah, and also if you can bring it forward. I think though, like you will
do
your initial calculations based on the profile of a customer at the moment in the business. So you'll think, right, okay, the customer on average, they buy a second time after 60 days or whatever like this, or whatever it is. This many people do this. Obviously, as you scale, you've got to make sure that profile stays the same. Otherwise, your initial calculations could be wrong, because like you could be like, oh, these customers we're recruiting aren't buying again, and then the whole model falls apart.